Hello and welcome. I am Dogbert, and I am going to show you some early footage of Hulkbuster in DD4 Node 6. Definitely what we would consider the hardest node, but before we look at that footage, we start talking about it, let's just take a look at what I brought in. Of course, I can't bring Iron Man in, but I did bring in the other four. I do have a level 80 Gear 15, 4 red, 7 yellow Vision, who I am running Raider on. I do have a G16 level 85 Deathlock. I did that today because I really like Deathlock. That's why. 4 red, 4 yellow. Also running Raider. And then we have my Viv Vision, the controversial one, which we can't decide on the ISOs, but I think after this, you're going to agree that we don't really need Striker at all. That deflect doesn't matter. I have a smaller Viv Vision at 4-4. With the Skirmisher ISO, she does get up to 16,000 focus. In raids, that will be a bit more with Vision as well, which would give her enough then in raids. But if you have a bigger Vision, say like Reminix, who has like a 6, Viv Vision that is, has like a 6 yellow, then by all means look at maybe like a Raider on her, because then you don't really need the heals. I'm also going to say with this team, healer's out. You don't need it, as you'll see. And finally, last but not least, Hulkbuster. I went and bought both offers on him. I got a 4-4 so far. I did pull a 5 on him. I'm running Striker on him. That definitely felt like the best one. This is probably the only member of the team where I felt like the basic might be a nice to have after playing him. And just because you do use this a few times, so an extra 70% damage he seems to hit pretty hard is quite nice. Kind of sucks though you don't get the barrier. It's only in raids, but it turns out it doesn't matter, as you're about to see. So let's go and take a look at these 4 characters along with my Captain Sam, who I will also point out real quick. He is 85 Gear 16. I have a very big one. I have a 6 red, 7 yellow. He is the one I brought in as the 5th member. He is running a Skirmisher, just for full disclosure. Now let's go look at the video. Alright, here we are, Node 6. I have a positioning of Hulkbuster on the one end with Vision, Deathlock in the middle, and Viv Vision next to Captain Sam all the way on the other side. The first wave is really the true problem of this node, if you remember, if you haven't done this in a while. If you're somebody newer, maybe he's looking for a team, this could be a great team to take into DD4 Global and even possibly DD5. Won't know that officially until I get them all up. As you see, we're going to be using Deathlock Special an awful lot here. We only have that initial burst, and here we go, Hulkbuster. Very powerful, giving that slow out there. We don't get the speed up because it's not a raid, but slowing everybody down definitely helps. As we have Captain Sam just tanking things over there. You can see we got that barrier already as well. We're taking lots of hits. This is pretty much about the only time that we really took some hits. It really felt good, bad, but then we start going off with Vision. We get rid of their debuffs. Now we're going to get Viv. Now we're going to get the energy chain going, essentially. So when using that special, always want to make sure you're hitting as many targets as you want, as would you like. Now Captain Sam comes in very handy on this node. You would think without an actual healer on this team, it would look a little bit different. I don't have any healers. You can see we're getting the energy there for Deathlock again. There's going to be tons and tons of ability blocks with this team. As you can see, we're actually going to be using the basic here in Hulkbuster. That was the only real problem with this team, is I had to use Hulkbuster's basic a little bit more than I wanted to. Another ability block there. As you can see, we have like, what, 4 ability blocks out? We had 5 until Black Widow took a turn. You can see Hulkbuster is just surviving very nicely. As is with just the one deflect from Viv. We don't even really need it, as we got this wave under control. Again, maybe consider that basic T4 just for that extra damage. You don't really need it, I think. It's nice to have. And the 2 tanks is definitely coming in handy, really protecting the squishier of the Visions and Deathlock. So on to round wave 2. Now we got like your Coulson, we got some Rhinos who are going to screw up our blinds if we go and hit that back row. Plus we don't want to get stuck behind a taunt if we can definitely avoid that. Of course we have to consider that there is a shield security there that we're going to have to eventually deal with. I put the blinds on the front row because of the Rhino and the back row. You see that defense up along with the barrier, and he does get deflex from Viv still. And the Captain Sam is getting his own deflex. And I mean, Deathlock, bunch of damage. Just from everybody's a bunch of damage, really. Blinds coming in very handy, keeping with survival. So this time, we actually do use Visions Basic a little bit too. Because you just don't generate as much energy as you do in raids. Again, there we go again. He did his ultimate. You see we're getting tons of barrier. Even Captain Sam's getting barrier. I'm not sure if that's supposed to happen. I have to check his kit again. But just watching this, it appears I was wrong about Hulkbuster. You might want to make him the 5th member. Use Captain Sam. It looks like a pretty good option if you can defeat Node 6 and DD4 with ease. As you can see, I mean, look at this. We're all at full health. They all have tons of barrier. This was just me trying to pick out which target I want to hit. Coulson's kind of annoying. And that's the other reason why I brought Captain Sam, is that he does do that taunt, gives out that energy, which they like to have. That energy, it makes them set off Viv's heal if they need to be healed at all. But we're getting so much barrier, they're not even going to get to our health bars, really. And it's nice when you have both taunts up on Hulkbuster and Captain Sam, then they kind of bounce back and forth between the 2 tanks. Alright, so here we go again with Vision's ultimate. Does hit pretty good. And clearing off all those buffs is incredibly nice. So we're going after Symbiote Spider-Man because he does get that unavoidable stun. Get rid of him now. And now we have a chance to use that blind again. I was trying for an ability block on Spider-Man, didn't land it. There's the only real problem that happened, was Deathlock got stunned by OG Spider-Man. But Hulkbuster went and took a taunt, and so we got some more more energy there. Shield Assault was about to take a turn, ended up dying. I really didn't feel like I needed to hold back at all. Pretty much if I have a special or ultimate ready, you pretty much want to use it with this team. And in raids, it's even crazier. So this was good timing. We got the slows out there, slowing them all down. We got speed ups that time. I'll have to check his kit if that's supposed to be random, or if it's supposed to always happen, or if it's just in raids. Still getting used to him. Of course, he just came out. Hulkbuster, definitely a character you want the high stars on, just to keep him alive. Because when he keeps alive, he sticks around. He does the job. He definitely gets a big boost going from like a 3-3 to a 4-4. There was a big boost in hit points, almost 100,000. He's like 700,000 right now. So if you can afford it, you can core it or something. Get him to 4 stars with the next event. He's going to be a very good character. There we go again. This is the double Rhino node, so we have to really watch what we're doing with Viv. Because we have both Rhino in the front and back row. See, we got Deathlock again. We're just constantly getting offensive ups. Constantly getting barrier. And our health bars aren't moving. We don't even need a healer. Now DT5, of course, is much more difficult than DT4. But I imagine this team would get you through it. Okay, Vision actually took some damage there. He actually had his health bar drop, so... But then we sparked it by getting the energy out there. We get the heal from Viv. Just trying to get through that Rhino taunt now. Just using that special there, even though I know I had ability block on him already. That was just to get energy, because it does give that energy out. So here we have the double taunt going. So they gotta go back and forth between the two tanks. We actually lost some health there. We had the front row open for blinds. And we can start getting healed. With such a big hit point pool, it doesn't really matter. Yeah, one thing I would consider if you're actually having problems with heals is maybe give the healer ISO to Hulkbuster. Just because of how big his hit point pool is, and every time he takes a turn, that way you'd be healing for a whole lot of hit points every turn. That's if you even need it. So we're actually going to get a deflect here. Goes on to Vision. More energy, more healing. So I kind of saved the ultimate there because we're getting low on this wave. Kind of wanted to save that for a full wave. You can see every time you even get energy from Captain Sam, they're healing as well. We're just taking this out, no problem. Just using the basic here to conserve those ultimates and specials. Now we're getting to a little bit trickier wave. Now we have a shield security. We got the Negasonic, we got the Captain America, we got the Coulson. And of course we got the Spider-Mans. Well, Miles and OG. So Captain Sam really helping out by giving us all that extra turn meter. That gets us, you know, this turns to get the blinds out in time. Really giving us the control we need. Now we're going to slow them all. Yeah, so we're not having any problems whatsoever. This is what happens when you try to make predictions before you play a character. You come out and you find out just how much better they really are than they look. Well, we knew he was going to be good, but we didn't realize how good. Especially the whole team together like this. And I can't imagine what he's going to be like once we get him, you know, 6, 7 stars as well. Any of these characters, really. Like Deathlock, Vision. Definitely going to be a force to be reckoned with in raids. And a good team to also use against like Web Warriors and Cosmic Crucible and more. Yeah, for using using a lot of that Deathlock special, that's for sure. It's the one time Viv actually ups. Now Viv is a little bit squishier, like her father. But that's because of low stars mostly. But we're healing right back up with that energy generation again. Hulkbuster got his taunt out again. It's a very interesting mechanic that she heals but once they get energy, which is constant, so it's a constant heal. Something different. That was a misclick there. I was doing that to get the energy going again. Pretty much always use that Deathlock special to cut that offense up. Way too powerful. The offense up plus the amount of damage it does to everybody. It's an incredibly good ability. See, I'm saving the ultimate there, because we're almost done with this wave. There's the crotch shot from Deathlock. Yeah, we're saving everything to get through Nick Fury and on to the last wave. No real issues here. Dropping that blind on that back row. Got a Black Bolt. That Black Bolt is a big problem for them. Just because of his cough, and he's pretty powerful in this node. One of the few times I decide to use the ultimate over the special. Just want to get that ability block out there, get the energy going again. Just taking the hits on Captain Sam. We need to work on Black Bolt. Cables was about to take a turn, so we gave him the ability block. And look, it's time for the Hulkbuster ultimate. Definitely a team that gets better with a higher investment, just because of the amount of damage they can put out. You can see we're pretty much back up to full health again, and tons of barrier again. I was even surprised Captain Sam survived so well, but he did. This was the way of the team. Yeah, we got rid of Black Bolt. That was the biggest problem. Got the symbiote Spider-Man back there. He is gone. Get some blinds out again. Those blinds are incredibly valuable. Don't underestimate the power of blind. Now we are using Vision's basic quite a bit, so that T4 might be nice to have as well, but definitely doesn't feel necessary. Down to the last two already. So now we can, since this is the last node, we can waste whatever we want. We don't have to worry about energy conservation. I don't know why I couldn't get that word out. But this gives you an idea of what it looks like early on. Hulkbuster outside of raids in Dark Dimension 4. Looks like he might be a good Dark Dimension character as long as you bring the rest of the team, minus Iron Man even. He does incredibly good. So until next time, everybody.